Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday number 184 on the Man of Leek. I'm John as always, and we have even more Ravnica Allegiance. It will go away someday, and that will be sad because I still like this set. I might actually keep together 18 packs so that we can do a live draft of this maybe next year or something to relive the enjoyment that was Ravnica Allegiance. But we're going to crack this pack open. We're going to see what's in it. We're going to talk about what we would take pack one, pick one if this was a draft. Now, every week over at patreon.com/themanofleek, I pick a random patron from the $5 level and above to receive all the cards in this pack. And this week, it was Stardust KL, so she can choose all the cards, none of the cards, whatever configuration she wants of these cards. And if you want to get into that, you can go over to patreon.com/manofleek and sign up at the $5 level or above. Up first, we have ourselves a Gore Clan Wrecker. Gore Clan Wrecker is a 2/2 creature human warrior. It's got Riot and it's got Menace. Totally super fine, okay card. It's not quite 22nd, 23rd. It's more like 21st. I'd always play the first one of these if I could. Never ever a first pick. Up next is Civic Stalwart. Civic Stalwart is 3 and a white for a creature elephant soldier. It's a 3/3. When it ETBs, it gives your team +1/+1. It's fine. It's probably better than fine, but I'm not going to go good. I've frequently just not played these or not found a spot for them. If you're going super wide, it can help out, but I don't know. It's never, ever, ever, ever come into my mind as a first pick. Up next is Quench. Quench is 1 and a blue for an instant counter target spell unless its controller pays 2, also known as Mana Weak. It's not very good. It's very good on turn 2 and turn 3, and every turn after that it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I'll play one if I need one in my deck, or if I have a spot and I need a playable card, I'll put one in, but I'm gonna try to not play them usually. Up next is Rubble Slinger. Rubble Slinger is 2 and a red or 2 and a green for a creature human warrior. It's a 2/3 with reach. This card's great. This blocks a lot of the flyers in the format, and I would happily main deck one of these in every one of my green or red decks, whether or not it's Gruul or not. And it's just fine. And if you've got a second one, you can bring it into the sideboard, but it's just a 2/3 reach. It's not a first pick. Up next is Axebane Beast. Axebane Beast is 3 and a green for a creature Pinecone. It's a 3/4 with just some flavor text about being a Pinecone. It's not great. It's a 23rd card. If you need a 4-drop, if you need a creature, here you go. But it's never a first pick. Up next is Chili Bee, Chillbringer. Chillbringer is 4 and a blue for a creature elemental. It's a 3/3 with flying, and when it ETBs, it freezes a creature, taps it, and makes it so it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Great card, first pickable card, solid card. I'd easily play at least a couple of these. 3's pushing it because it's a 5-drop. I might still play 3. Very good card, very first pickable. Up next is Rubble Reading. Rubble Reading is a 3 and a red sorcery, destroy target land, scry 2. Land destruction just is never worth it. It's expensive and it doesn't do anything, and it costs a card in your deck. It's just, don't play it. It's bad. Don't pick it. Don't play it. Next up is Lawmage's Binding. Lawmage's Binding is 1 white-blue for an enchantment aura with flash, and the enchanted creature can't attack, block, or activate its abilities. Great card, solid removal, basically hard removal. Super, super, super great. Very first pickable as well. I think probably over the Chillbringer, but this does keep you open, so maybe not actually. We'll have to talk about that maybe. Rakdos Locket is up next. 3 generic mana for an artifact. Tap it to add black or red. Pay 4. Rakdos, 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 Rakdos. Tap it, sack it to draw 2 cards. I still don't like the Lockets. I know some people are pushing for them to be playable in draft in this set. I don't really agree. Certainly not the Rakdos one. The Azorius one, maybe. The Orzhov one, maybe. Definitely not the Rakdos one. I'm not picking this. I'm not playing it. That's 9 commons. We've got another foil this week. Depose Deploy is up next. Depose, no one plays. Tap target creature, draw a card, unless they desperately need a card. What everybody plays is Deploy. 2 white-blue, create 2 1/1 Thopters, then gain life for each creature on the battlefield. Solid card. Love that card. Super good. I've played a ludicrous amount of Deploy. Yeah, very first pickable card, and unfortunately, boy, are we looking at nothing but Azorius options right now. I guess Chillbringer's slightly Simic as well, but this can definitely hang out in frame as well. Wall of Lost Thoughts is up next. Wall of Lost Thoughts is 1 and a blue for a creature wall with Defender. It's an 0/4. When it ETBs, target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. No, just no. This is a worse Wall of Mist or whatever it was from the last set. An 05 would be better than an 04 that mills a little. Doesn't do anything. The mill condition's really hard to pull off. If you really desperately want to do the mill condition, just get the persistent petitioners. A one-time mill of 4 is not enough. Don't play this. Don't pick it. Our final uncommon is Sentinel's Mark. Sentinel's Mark is 1 and a white for an enchantment aura with flash. The enchanted creature gets +1/+2 and has vigilance, and if you cast it during your main phase, it gets lifelink for the turn. It's an okay card. This is an interesting one. I remember at the start of the format, a few people, like Limited Resources, were saying this was a premium uncommon, and I was saying, wow, that's insane. And I think it still is insane. It's not a premium uncommon. It's fine. I'll play this. I'll play this in a fair number of white decks, but it's certainly not something I'm going out of my way for, and it's definitely never a first pick. Our rare is awful. Rampage of the Clans is 3 and a green for an instant. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments, that includes yours. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller gets a 3/3 centaur. So you get to blow up their artifact or their enchantment or whatever that you hate, and you give them a 3/3. This card's bad. This card's super bad. If you are in green and you got this card last pick and you are against Ethereal Absolution, sure, side this in. Otherwise, do not play this card. It is very bad. Our foil is Silhana Wayfinder. Silhana Wayfinder is 1 and a green for a creature elf scout. When it ETBs, you get to look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can put a creature or a land from them on top of your library and then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. I don't like this card. I started out not liking this card. People said I was crazy. I played this card a bunch. I played this card more than I wanted to give it some tries, and I still don't like it. It still just screws up your draws. It's not scry. It's very not scry because you have to put all the cards except for 1 at the bottom, or you just put them all at the bottom, and what did you accomplish? You played a 2/1 for 2. I'm still not a fan of this card. I still generally prefer not to play it. I've played it more than enough to know that I don't really care for it. Certainly not a first pick. And our guild gate is Simic. So, we're picking an Azorius card, or a blue card. I think we just have to take the Chillbringer here. It's powerful enough and keeps us open that I think it's the easy pick here. Staying open, because all the guilds are relatively balanced, staying open is a benefit in this draft set. So I don't think I would take the deploy because you really want to be Azorius or splashing for it. Law Mage's Binding, you really want to be Azorius or splashing for it. This, you could be Simic, you could be Azorius, you could be Gruul and splash for this. This keeps you open to so many different color combinations where you will still get to play your first pick. So I'm going to take Chillbringer here over Law Mage's Binding and Depose Deploy. Let me know what you'd have taken it in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. I lost all my social media here for a second. You can find me on twitch.tv/TheManaLeek, where I will be streaming a whole heck of a lot this week since Wizards of the Coast is sponsoring my arena content. So make sure you check that out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at twitch.tv/TheManaLeek. And of course, you can find me at Patreon, where if you are a $5 level or above, you get your chance to get all the cards from the Crack Pack every single week. If you want to head on over to inkedgaming.com and get yourself a playmat like this one that still needs to be replaced, you can use the promo code ManaLeek10, all one word, 10, at checkout to get 10% off your order and help out the channel. If you like the content, click that thumbs up button. Click subscribe if you want to see more. And if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.